I'm, well, you know who I am. Make sure you check out my man, Mike King Biz. His program, On the Mic with Mike Orvier, is the best business-ish radio program in Orvier. Mike King Biz Radio can be heard on ESPN Richmond 106.1 and The Choice 105.3. Me and Minnie listen every day, and you should too. On the Mic with Mike RVA is the best business radio program in OVA. It can be heard on the Mike King Biz Radio Network on ESPN Richmond 106.1 FM and The Choice 105.3 FM.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to On the Mic with Mike, the premier business radio program. I'm your host, Mike King. Thank you for joining us. This is part of the Mike King Biz Radio Network, which is ESPN Richmond 106.1, The Choice 105.3, every day from 2 to 3, as well as International Business Growth Radio. We're coming to you from the Mike King Biz Studio, which is the global epicenter of social enterprise business. We got some special guests in the house here. We got Portia. And we got my man, Francis. Welcome to the program.
Hi, thank you so much for having us, Mr.
All righty. So I'm just Mike. All right. So you got my man. You guys are here. Tell us who you are and what you do. Because again, you guys came styling the gear.
Sure. I am Portia Chan. This is my son, Francis. And we are from NAMI, Virginia. NAMI stands for the National Alliance on Mental Illness. It's a national nonprofit. We call ourselves the largest grassroots organization in the country. And we are from the state office, so NAMI, Virginia. And we serve all of the Commonwealth with 14 affiliates and even beyond the affiliates as well. But this weekend, we are hosting our annual NAMI Walks Virginia. It's the state's largest fundraiser and awareness raising event for mental health. All of NAMI's offerings from mental health programs, educational programs, support groups, statewide helpline, and advocacy, they're all free. And part of the reason that they are free is so that no one is turned away. And because of generous sponsorships, funds, and grants, and individual donations, we can keep all of our offerings free. And we believe in mental health for everybody.
Let me ask you, so what was your connection to NAMI? How'd you get to this world?
That is a great question. I have my son with me today, and he is a symbol of hope. My father was a teacher, and he suffered with mental health issues, mainly depression and anxiety. And as a young child, I did not always understand my dad's mood swings. But from the time I was 16, I was his chauffeur and caregiver, taking him to back then MCV, which is now MCU Health. And now here's my son, and I am now a mental health advocate. And my son is like proof that there's help and hope across generations.
Let me ask you, so we've come through the pandemic. How are people, and I always ask people when they come in, how are people doing out there now?
Oh, not very well. Ever since the pandemic, the needs for mental health care have risen greatly. They've risen greatly. We still do say 1 in 5 people suffers with mental health issues. So if you think about going to dinner with 5 of your friends,
there's a person there.
One person, yes. But since the pandemic and the recovery from the pandemic, experiences of depression and anxiety, isolation have gone up. Mental health issues among children and youth and schools, the demand there has gone up. And also for seniors, often seniors are forgotten and lonely, but throughout the pandemic, they also had issues with mental health as well.
So the seniors are forgotten a lot of times. So when we look at the kids, what's happened with the kids when you look at them from the mental health standpoint?
They have had a lot of increases overall in anxiety, having to go to school virtually in many cases, being afraid of catching COVID on a daily basis. Their whole schedules have turned basically upside down. And now being able to go back to school in person, that is such a gift. But many times the children are still learning how to be social again. On the one hand, it's so good that they can be back with their friends. On the other hand, they're also learning how to readapt to that as well.
Do we look at mental health different than we did some years ago? Is it getting better, our view in society of it?
That's a great question. I like to say yes. Organizations like NAMI, all of us have lived experiences with mental health. So we've been there. We've either had mental health issues directly for ourselves, or we've been caregivers for family members, or in some cases, both. In terms of talking about mental health, I do believe that the stigma is lifting, but at the same time, we still have a long way to go. So programs like NAMI Walks Virginia and NAMI Walks across the country, that's one way to celebrate mental health, to remember people we might have lost to mental health, but also a way to connect with organizations and individuals to talk about mental health, to find help, to find hope. We'll have a big sponsors hall full of all of our affiliates, as well as our sponsors and mental health organizations. NAMI National will be there with a film crew to document our walk. And of course, it's at the Diamond. So we all know that there's a connection between gathering as community, sports, physical health, all of that contributes to overall health. So I do think that the ability to ask for help and to talk about mental health without fear of stigma and shame has gotten better, but there still is need to continue the work we're doing.
And the work we're doing, and NAMI Walks, which date of the event?
That will be this Saturday, October the 8th at the Diamond, and it will start at 10 o'clock and goes until 2 o'clock. Between 10 to about 10:50, we'll have opening ceremonies.
You got some famous people are coming there. You guys got some celebrities.
We do. So the First Lady of Virginia, Mrs. Suzanne Youngkin, will be there to present an award to Senator Favola, who has worked very successfully on mental health legislation with NAMI Virginia for a number of years. And we'll also have, of course, Nutsy and Natasha. And we'll have our very own
Francis.
Yeah, Francis.
Francis is going to be. So you're walking, Francis? Yeah, you're going to walk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you ready to walk? You think I could come out there and walk with you?
Yes, we'd love that.
Okay. How old are you?
8.
You're 8 years old. Do you have a brother or sister?
Sister.
Do you always talk quiet like this when you talk to your sister? No, not really. Okay, but have you ever been on the radio before? You sure? You positive? All right, you want to give a shout out to some of your friends? You're on the radio. Come on, man. You're famous. Okay, tell me one of your friends. Come on. We gotta talk a little louder. It's Kyrie. Okay, so on the count of 3, we're gonna give a shout out to Kyrie. You ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yo, Kyrie, come on, man. Where you at? You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Kyrie.
Okay, on the mic, we're gonna work on our timing right there. So, you guys are out on Saturday.
Yes.
And you're gonna have a bunch of things going on right there. But you want to talk about some of the sponsors that you guys have?
Sure. Well, the presenting sponsors are Optum and United Healthcare and Centara.
Okay, let me see. So here you got some other ones on the back right there.
We do. We have Aetna,
Humana, Johnson & Johnson.
Yes. Country Chevrolet, Gerloff, Caligari and Sons, Humana, Atsuka. We'll just read the whole back.
Yes.
Big Tree, Synovian, Kempsville, Pharma, Virginia.
Wait a second, there's those guys, Poplar Springs.
Poplar Springs.
I know those guys, yes, Poplar Springs. Shout out to Poplar Springs.
Yeah,
NAMI Walks Virginia, October 8th, 2020. See how sharp I was reading Francis' shirt right there. Thank you for coming in and helping with that right there. You didn't know we were going to read your shirt, did you?
Do you want to give a shout out to your teacher?
Oh, yeah. Okay. What's your teacher's name?
Say it. Mrs. Maybe on the count of 3, we're going to say it loud because she gave you an early dismissal today to come here to be on the radio. So 1, 2, 3, Mrs. Mrs. Hilton. All
right. So here, one thing. All right. So we're going to give this. So Mrs. Hilton, Francis is here today. As you can see, we're here, ESPN Richmond. Mom is here. NAMI Walks is October the 8th. Francis is going to walk. Are you walking or running? You're going to run? No? We're going to walk fast. But Mrs. Hilton, thank you for allowing this. Can you give me get out of, no, I don't want to say that, a hall pass so I don't have to come to work later today? Mrs. Hilton, you can send that through Francis. He'll drop it off the next time they come. All right, on the mic with Mike, it is, once again, how can people find information about NAMI?
For the NAMI Virginia webpage, it's www.namivirginia.org. And we do many things besides the walk. The walk is our one-time event every year around October to raise funds and awareness for mental health on a statewide level. But NAMI Virginia is available year-round. So www.namivirginia.org.
What do you do if you see a parent, a child, or somebody experiencing there's a little, we don't know exactly what it is. What should we do?
We can call the helpline. That number is on our website, and we have information and resources. It's not a hotline, it's an information line. Also, you can also contact Nicole Anjou, the assistant for the Virginia Family Network. We have many family programs. We have webinars, trainings, and we also have peer support. So peer support meaning all of us who have had lived experiences can help someone else who's going through something similar.
I want to give a shout out to your volunteer. Volunteer is always a big part of it. I mean, absolutely. Staff can only do so much, but it's the volunteers who work the magic.
Absolutely. We have a lot of volunteers this year, and I don't mean to leave anyone out, but I have to give a big shout out to Sandy Modis-Hurd. She is stepping off as our board chair, but she has been there for a number of years. Sandy has often been called the kind, friendly NAMI lady, and she will be at the walk on Saturday. I'm just going to say a big blanket thank you to all of our volunteers because I cannot recite everyone's name. That's right.
And you know what? We don't want to get in trouble. So we just want to say thank you to all the volunteers for NAMI. It's phenomenal what you guys are doing. Thank you for coming. How can people find the information one more time?
So www.namivirginia.org, and also for the walk itself, www.namiwalks.org/Virginia.
All right, Francis, you want to give your sister a shout out before we leave?
Ready?
All right, what's your sister's name? Yeah. I bet you're never this quiet at home.
Oh, no, he's not this quiet at home. Can you say it? Say Monica.
All right. So here, let's shout out Monica. Hey, Monica. See, you aren't here today. Francis is famous. Didn't know. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. We'd like to thank our good friends down at Poplar Springs. They're always doing some great things in the community. My man Lamar just let me know he is He is the president of the Petersburg Breakfast Rotary. And they're doing some really great things. They're sponsoring the NAMI organization and the walk. So kudos to them. If you ever need any help, make sure you go check out Poplar Springs Hospital. They are out there, outstanding friends of the program. On the mic with Mike, you can find us on the platforms. Hashtag Mike King Biz, hashtag On the Mic with Mike, the best business radio program around. I'd like to thank Portia Francis for coming in. And they got the stylish shirts, the NAMI Walks. That's right. You know what? You need help, go ahead and get the help. It's out there. On the mic with Mike, we'll talk to you soon. Thanks now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, Francis.